Hi, I'm Dr. Karam. I'm a board-certified facial plastic surgeon, and I specialize in facial rejuvenation. And today we're going to talk about the cat eye procedure. And we're going to talk a little bit about the procedure. In addition, we're going to talk briefly about this concept of facial cosmetic trends and how that is a bad idea. So the concept of the cat eye basically is to lift and pull the corner of the eye upward. So you can see the tail of the brow coming up as a vector that moves upward, because a typical brow is either slightly downward or slightly neutral in the tail end of the brow. But with a cat eye procedure, what you're doing is trying to lift the brow into a position that is somewhat unhuman and not seen in the basic population, and as a result, it falls into the category of cosmetic trends that you could potentially regret. So where did it get popular? One of the key people that you see out there that sort of popularized the concept is Bella Hadid. And you see her examples on the internet, you see it on Instagram, you see it on this, and she's a beautiful, beautiful woman, and in her particular case, I'm not judging one way or the other, but it's not one of those situations where it looks, terrible or problematic. But keep in mind, when somebody with different type of facial features undergoes a procedure because somebody else did and it looks okay on them, but their facial features are slightly different, they could have a completely different outcome. And the problem with these type of trends are that when you go out there and you're trying to emulate a celebrity or a model and try to have a look that's similar to them by trying to emulate their procedure, unfortunately the end result oftentimes is not great. And the issue is, if you do something that is permanent for that, well, now you have to live with it for a very long time, because you got to remember, surgery, even minimally invasive surgeries, they have inherent risks of infection, bleeding, nerve damage, all sorts of things. So if you're doing it for something like that, you're taking on a lot of risk for something that you don't necessarily know if it's going to look right on you or not. And in most cases, when something is outside the population standard, right, when it's outside of what normal humans look like, it's rarely perceived as beautiful. We saw the same thing with massive lips, that the Kardashians basically created this buzz about, and all of a sudden in our practice we're seeing people coming in with wanting 2 or 3 syringes. In our practice, we're always very conservative about this. We always said no, but you can imagine putting 2 or 3 syringes in a set of lips that truly cannot tolerate that type of volume, how unusual that would look and how deformed the individual would look. And sadly, we saw a lot of those people floating around. And the same sort of thing is happening with the cat eye trend that's current now. My perception is that that's sort of dying out, because the techniques that are available are either hardly work, or because of strings and threads and things like that really are so temporary that they barely work. Or on the other hand, when somebody undergoes a big operation to create that effect, they're oftentimes regretful of it, and the reputation of the procedure begins to diminish over time. But simple point is, think of cosmetic procedures in general as you want to still fit in to what a human being looks like in nature. That's what's called being natural looking. And you can play around with makeup, you can play around with hair color and be outside of those type of things. But when it comes to structural things of your face, never a good idea to kind of go outside of what the human norms are. And when especially if you take on risks that could end up causing real functional and health related damage to your face in order to achieve that. Not to mention the emotional things that go along with it when you're left with something that you feel has deformed you. So I hope that helped give you a little bit of understanding about the cat eye procedure, the cat eye trend, and how that kind of relates to the bigger picture of facial cosmetic trends, which personally I'm a big and I'm not an advocate of those type of things. So again, Dr. Karam. I'm here for you, help you educate and dispel any type of myths and understanding. Please take a moment to, if you haven't already, subscribe and follow along on this YouTube channel. We create YouTube videos regularly, so you're going to get tons of educational content coming away. Like and share it to your friends so we can get this to more and more people. Thanks so much.